Hey everyone, Kyle Powers here with Haven Real Estate Group at eXp Realty, your go-to realtor and part-time fortune teller here in the Manhattan, Kansas area. Today I've swapped out my crystal ball and I've gotten something a little bit more reliable, and that is the 2024 real estate market prediction. Now, before we go too deep, no, I have not taken a part-time gig into the time travel business, even though that would make things a little bit more interesting and maybe I wouldn't work as hard, who knows? But what we're gonna do is I wanna tell you is that I don't know the future. I know it's surprising for a lot of you. I am taking my random predictions of knowledge and anything that I have with our market and everything that we have moving forward, and just giving you an idea of what I particularly see for what's coming down the pipe for 2024. So don't go too deep on this one, but I do want you to enjoy what we have. And again, thank you so much for watching. Let's go and jump right in. Jumping right into it, we're gonna go with the fact that we're potentially gonna have increased inventory. In my opinion, there's a couple different things that come with that, right? Home sellers that are outgrowing their home and outgrowing their area and outgrowing all that stuff, they're gonna come to terms with the fact that interest rates aren't changing. So they're gonna say, you know, people that bought their house 3-4 years ago and have outgrown, maybe they've had 1-2 babies in the time period, they're gonna say, okay, you know what? We cannot live in this 3-bed, 2-bath house anymore. We need something a little bit bigger, a little bit more space. We need to figure out what this looks like. So we're going to come into that. I do think that with the Fed announcing numerous times that they are talking about dropping interest rates, and even as I'm recording this video, there have been some relief in some of this stuff. So I think having that opportunity when those rates do drop a little bit, we're going to have a flood of buyers coming into the market. So you're going to have more buyers, more sellers, and there's just going to be an increase of inventory and an increase in sales. Again, this is my prediction. I don't know the future, so don't hold me to any of this stuff. This is just what I see with all of that stuff. So there will be a big increase in inventory as well as an increase in home buyers. Second thing is home buying costs should level off. Here's the thing. In years past, what we've seen, in months past, what we've seen is we've seen this big hike in housing costs and housing prices and things that way. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to have a huge dip because I don't see that happening. What I do see is that if the interest rates do change, like everyone's talking about, then what you're going to see is a flood of buyers coming in. And then that's going to say, okay, sellers, we've got stuff coming on. Let's get going on that one. Now, it's just typical economics, right? Our low supply and high demand is still going to drive your pricing up with the housing. So be prepared for that. I'm not saying that we're going to dip. I'm not saying that we're going to spike, but I do think you need to be prepared for having that one house that does hit the market that you're going to have multiple buyers to be contending with. So there is a give and take with that piece of that one. So I would say be ready to go with that particular piece. Next thing is going to be talking about the new starter homes, right? And I think that's a key, especially for Manhattan area. What I want to talk about there is that, you know, anything 250 and down, there is not much available, especially a nice home. Having that affordability and having that piece of that is going to be very, very key for having that starter home. That's why I also do particularly see that there's going to be a higher demand for rentals in particular and anything that might be coming up that. Now, that said, you are going to start finding our floor, and I'm already seeing this, our floor of lower end houses is raising. So meaning like $130,000 house is now worth, even a month or a year later, is now worth $160,000, right? And so there's that appreciation in the house value and things that way. Now, that said, I do see a lot of that coming, and everyone sits here and they wait for this crash and wait for this crash. But here's the thing. If you can afford your house payment today at 8%, 7%, whatever the interest rates are, when those rates go down, you can refinance. That's the cool part, right? You can refinance what we have, and then you're going to save money on your payment, and 2, you're still in a house and you're still appreciating and gaining equity and doing all that kind of stuff. So being aware of that is going to be crazy important for you as a new start home buyer, right? Getting into the house and getting into the game now is better. Now let's talk the other way. Well, rates might go up. Great. You're at a fixed rate, okay? So you are at a fixed rate that you don't have to worry about it, right? So get into the game, jump in, because if the rates go down, you just refinance, as long as it's a house that you like, right? You don't have to be, I'm not saying that you need to sit here and be crazy picky about it, but be aware of it, right? Like go in, understand what you're getting into with that side of it. That's where a good real estate agent will be able to help you out tremendously. But going in and having that prediction, because that's what I think is that if our rates drop, you just refinance. If our rates go up, then you have that ability to change those. Next thing on my list of predictions that I'm going to give out for 2024 is that the competition for homes that need a little bit of TLC are going to be very, very high. What I mean by that is now you've got home investors, flippers, people like that are going in, they're buying these homes that need a lot of work, a lot of TLC, right? So you're going to compete with those investors, with first-time home buyers that might have a little bit of an opportunity. If you look at myself, that is exactly what I looked for whenever I was buying my first home as well. I wanted something that needs some updates. I needed something that needed to get taken care of there. But that competition is going to go higher because, again, people are typically going to get a little bit of a break when it comes to that kind of stuff as far as the pricing goes. So it's going to go a little bit further with that. So I do think that you're going to see a lot more competition for homes that need TLC. So being ready to go on those is going to be very, very important as well. Now, again, I'm a huge proponent for that, right? I love forcing equity into a home, fixing kitchens, fixing bathrooms, fixing all that stuff up. That's a crazy important thing to do. And I think that should be any first-time home buyer or any home buyer should be looking at doing that unless you're at a later stage in your life. So I think that's my next prediction. Here's the thing with these predictions is that this is where we're at, right? In 6 months, it's going to be a completely different opportunity. But what I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell you guys is that these opportunities that we have available to us, right? The rates are going to change. The pricing is going to change. Things are going to happen as it goes. I will tell you as a buyer, as an investor, as a homeowner, I am selling and I'm buying and I'm still going because it's not going to change. People still need a place to live. People still need to either rent or buy. And there's that opportunity that we are living in right now. So there's never a good time and never a bad time. I mean, obviously there's better times and worse times, but if you can jump in and you can afford to purchase a home today, whether it's move up home or whether it's your first home, whatever that looks like, as long as you don't become house poor. I think that is the most important thing I can tell you throughout all of these crazy predictions and everything that comes with that is that don't be house poor, right? I don't want to sound like your dad. I don't want to sound like somebody on a soapbox. I just want to help you. And I want to help you get into a home and make sure that it is not something that's going to be a burden on you. Okay, that's something that we get caught up in everything, right? We get caught up of keeping up with the Joneses. Who cares about the Joneses, right? Make sure it's good for you. Make sure it's good for your family. Make sure it's good that it's not going to put financial strain on you. Make sure that you are actually there and ready to purchase a home, right? I think it's way better than renting by far. If you have the ability to purchase a home, I think go purchase over renting all day long. And if you need help with talking through that process, I want to help you. I can get you in touch with my people. I've got great credit people. I've got great lenders that we work with on a daily basis. I've got a lot of things that I can do to really help you out and help you truly in your home buying journey, whether it be here in Manhattan or whether it be anywhere else in the United States. I can help you, get you in touch with the right people to make sure you are making the right decision. So I guess that's my big thing, and I'll get off my soapbox a little bit here of 2024 predictions, is that if you can do it, buy 100%. And that's crazy coming from somebody that owns rentals, but I'm telling you, if you can do it, buy a home. Because you are going to be better off if the rates go down, you just refinance. You don't have to keep that 30-year fixed note. You can refinance that. It's going to cost a little bit of money, but I promise you in the long run, it's going to save you a lot more money, especially if it drops even 1%, you're going to have a better opportunity to make your financial scenario look a lot better for you and your family and everything else that comes with that. Now, thank you so much for watching these videos. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please go and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content. Give us that like because it does help us grow the channel. I created this video for fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are interested in more information, a home buyer's guide or a home seller's guide, I do have that. Put it in the comments below. I'd love to connect with you and get that sent over to you. So go ahead and reach out to me if you have any questions. My phone number is 785-477-5485. My email is kyle@homesforsalemhk.com. Please reach out, put it in the comments below, share the video, do whatever you need to as far as everything goes. I want to help if you need anything with buying, selling, investing, or anything real estate related here in the Manhattan area. I hope you have a good day and thank you so much for watching. Happy 2024.